over it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. And welcome to a bonus morning, not early morning, but morning sprint for us here personally.
It's still pretty early for me.
Still pretty early for you. Not as much for me. I actually set an alarm just because it's like my 4th day off. And I was like, maybe my body will let me sleep. It did not. So it didn't matter.
Yeah, I woke up like 30 minutes before my alarm went off just because I'm used to getting up at 8 to go to work or to work, not to go. I don't go anywhere anymore, but to work. And then by 8:30, my brain was like, you slept in. It's fine. Go ahead and wake up. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I technically did because I'm normally up by like 7:30, a little bit before that. And I think it was like 8:30 this morning. And I was like, it's okay. I just laid in bed for a little bit and checked my messages and my social media. And then I was like, I'll get up. I'll get up. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Or good afternoon, evening.
I don't know time.
I think Shavana is in the evening at this point.
Yeah. I woke up at 6. Yeah, see? I know. That was not me always. I was a sleeper. I was a proud sleeper.
I'm not a morning person at all.
But were you
even
a
a little bit? I'm a sleeper. Like I can usually sleep, but like now that I've gotten older, I can't sleep past when I normally get up that much.
I can't either.
But if I was off for a couple of weeks, I could completely flip my sleeping schedule and sleep all day and wake up all night. I could.
With enough time I could, but even if I only have a week off, I'm still awake. And I used to make fun of my dad because I think he used to leave for work at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And he still wakes up super early, and he's been retired for like a decade. And I'm like, how? And he's like, I can't do anything about it. I was like, well, that's garbage. And then I got older and I was like, oh, I miss sleep.
Yeah. What's funny is I'm so not a morning person that I'm not mentally awake the first 2 hours that I'm awake. And so my boss still makes fun of me to this day because we used to be in a place on our building where when I walked through the door, his office was like right as you walk in. And he's a morning person and very early. And so he would be, good morning. And I'd be like, rah. as I walk through, and he still makes fun of me. He'll come to my desk so I start work at 8. So he'll come to my desk usually about 10:30 and be like, is Amber awake now?
Did I like to approach you?
Yes, I had my coffee. I'm awake now.
I'm not a coffee person and I'm not grouchy in the morning, but I do get like low-key angry that I'm awake when I don't need to be. But I wake up and then I'm fine and I just go be productive. It usually is you saying good morning to everybody. Well, it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Hello, new friend.
Hello. Welcome back.
It's 4 p.m.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
And nearly midnight. I'm sorry.
10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 hours ahead. Where are you located? Are you in England or are you like in Ireland?
I think they said yes, England. I think. I could be wrong. Good morning, Gabby. Hi, Jess.
Good morning, Jess. Did you sleep well? Did you have weird dreams last night? Because I did.
Because we continued to debate the age-old question last night, well after we signed off, and I don't love it.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, I do get insomnia a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
yikes!
I'm so sorry.
I apologize. Yeah. Yeah.
And luckily, I used to have to get up at like 6:30, 7 to get to work at 8, but now I work from home for the last year thanks to the pandemic. And so I literally wake up 5 minutes before 8 and like roll over and log into my computer. And then I get up and get dressed to get my dogs to take out and get my coffee.
I don't get to do that. I still have to go into work, but I work right around the corner, so I don't have to go too far or do too much to get ready either. 4 p.m. in England. That's what I thought. And
one of my favorite places that I've been was London. So we stayed in Croydon, and I really liked Croydon. It was a cute little town.
Yeah. You know, just rubbing salt in the wound. Rude.
So rude.
All right, friends. How are we feeling this morning? What are we working on? What are
I'm working on the novel.
Yeah.
I made good progress yesterday in our sprint, so I'm going to keep going with that.
I'm boring. My answer will be edits until the end of time.
You will never not be editing this book.
I've been working on this book for so long that not working on it is going to feel stranger than anything else. Like it'll be out in the world, like on shelves, and I'll still be like, I should work on that. But
good morning.
Welcome back.
Oof, 2-hour commute.
But do you take like public transit so you like read and do other stuff?
That would be nice. Like I wouldn't mind a 2-hour commute if I could use it.
If I could use it for like audiobooks or for reading or something, and I could just like passively chill while I was on, like then maybe. Like 2 hours one way?
That's a lot.
Or 2 hours total. Either way.
Yeah. Yeah, when I actually moved closer to work a few, like 5 or 6 years ago, but before that I lived further away, and it was with traffic about an hour and 15 minutes one way. Because it was only 20 miles, but it was traffic in Dallas. It's ridiculous. So
I could never.
That's why I moved closer.
Yeah.
So that I wouldn't have to do that anymore.
I'm very excited for you, Siobhan. Hopefully you continue to work through your beta notes. Going to work on a first draft of a short story. I love that for you. I love short stories. Well, no, that's not true. I love flash fiction. Still drafting.
I love all stories.
That came out wrong. I don't dislike short stories. I dislike writing short stories. I prefer flash fiction for myself to write. That's fine. Drafting a book. Cleaning my house. That works too.
I'm going to have to do that tomorrow. In between our 2 sprints, I'm going to have to clean because we have people coming over.
Boo to that. I need to continue to work on sprints. And we do not have another sprint today, but we have 2 tomorrow. So tomorrow at our 1 p.m. EST one, feel free to come and scream at me if I did not continue working today. But I should be. A walk and an underground train and an overground train and a walk. And it is 2 hours one way. Yikes.
I mean, I don't know what part of England, but I know just coming from like Croydon was only like a 15 miles or so from London, and still it took us like an hour total just to get into London between taking the overground train and then taking an underground train and all that. Like it took us a while to get into the city. So
I could never. I'm not a fan of cities. Yeah. There's a mixed bag there. Even if I drive, if I had a long drive somewhere, I'd still listen to audiobooks at least. I don't mind driving. I'd rather be in control.
I would prefer if I lived in a place that had really good public transport and I could just sit on a train. Like that drive that we took like 30 minutes into New Jersey, and then we had that train, we were on the train for like an hour and a half. Like I would do that because I could drive into that, take that train and read or write, or like I could get stuff done during that hour and a half transit into New York City. So like I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. And that train was okay. But like sometimes trains aren't. And sometimes the people on trains are just grouchy, crappy people. I don't know. I prefer to limit my exposure to people, especially now. I trust no one.
Central London. Ooh, that is far.
Mm-hmm.
I love London, though. I love London transport. Like in the city, if you stay in the city, it was phenomenal. You get outside of the city, yeah, it was rubbish. But
Same, Jessica.
I used to do that too. When I would drive to work from here, it's only like 15 minutes to get there in the back roads, and I would still. It would take me like a month to get through one small audiobook, but like I would do it.
But here's the thing: if you listen at double speed, which I usually do, you're still getting a 30-minute read in. So like, I do it too.
There's a few times I was late to work because I'd be sitting in my car finishing up a chapter. Like,
yeah, I see. People terrify me. In general, people terrify me. But, like,
yeah, I think that
I don't deal well with like conflict.
I would
or
get in those quiet
or yelling or like people are arguing. Then like I get anxious and I don't.
I would have to be in the quiet car like we did on accident. Once we actually knew it was a quiet car, that was a very pleasant ride. But
was it? I was getting like evil-eyed.
I had my back to that lady, so I was like, wah.
I did it. And she like kept eyeballing me. I was like, dude.
Like, I'm not talking.
I get it. Jesus. Yeah.
We were listening to dance music a minute ago.
We were listening to dance music. We've started to do that. Like when I put that in the chat to like get up and get a drink and stretch and dance, just know that on the other end of this, before we start, we are also dancing and singing to like obscure 80s music, 90s music, and just like dancing it out to like get our brains ready. So you're not alone if you do that before these. There you go.
When I used to have to get ready in the morning, like to go to work, I used to watch YouTube videos. I usually would watch either Julie's or like Good Mythical Morning or somebody else that always post early in the morning. And I would like go out, put on my makeup, and get ready for work or whatever.
I do that sometimes, which is good. They should. Until
they tell people that here, they don't listen.
But they don't listen. Good. Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Read when you can. Read when you can.
Yeah, back when I was doing audiobooks more, like I was getting through a lot more books a month than I have been working from home because I just don't have time to listen. I don't have any reason to listen to audiobooks as much. I don't. And I don't have time. I don't have passive time where I used to listen to audiobooks while we diamond painted or something. Like I've got to work. I've got too much work to do. I can't listen to an audiobook and just listen to an audiobook. I have to have something that I'm doing with it, whether that's cleaning or driving or a diamond painting. I can't just listen to listen. Like, yeah, the whole point of an audiobook is to be able to like multitask. Mm-hmm. And if I can't multitask, I can just sit and read. Like, it's true. I get it. Yes, but I wish things were back to normal here. You guys really like kicked it in the bud early on, and like I applaud you guys for that. So I took it seriously. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna adapt well when things fully open. Like things are definitely starting to. There's more traffic. Mm-hmm. There's more people out on the roads. There's like more stuff opening. But I was thinking the other day, I was looking at pictures of like my friends and I at like giant concerts and like outdoor like giant venues, and I was like, oh no. Yeah, I think we're all going to have a little bit of COVID PTSD after all of this. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of my family members are fully vaccinated now. And then the majority of us are one shot in. I get my second shot in like 5 days. But then I'm excited about that. I'm excited about it too. But then you have to wait 2 weeks for it to be like effective. But like some people had started to like hang out
without masks because they're all fully vaccinated. And I was like, well, that looks weird. That's suspicious. Like it doesn't sit well still.
I get mine because I you got the Pfizer, which is like a 3-week thing. I got the other one, which is 28 days. So I get my second one in like 3 weeks or so. So it'll be another like month and a half before I'm technically fully vaccinated and able to, yeah. So I'm excited to be able to travel again. That's what I want. I want to come see you and go to a writing retreat. I want to go because we're supposed to go to Japan last year. So now we're going to try to go this year.
I'm excited about that stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, coloring.
People that live here, I don't care to see them.
No.
Yeah, I get that, but it's also really fun when you're listening to a steamy audiobook and people are in the car next to you and you're like, they don't even know what I'm listening to.
I dance.
And you kind of think like, can they hear it? Can they hear like he put his, and I'm like, woohoo. I'm like, sex at all.
I'm just gonna like pretend like this flush is from like dancing real hard in my car, but like and I'm like, they can't. A, they can't hear. B, they don't care. They don't. But like my anxious self is like, oh, I better dance or like make it sound like I am not listening to what I'm listening to, and I'm like, oh, in the car, and I'm like, this is stupid. Like I'm ridiculous. Whoa.
Things did slow down in my area for a while in Dallas, but it's back up. Like it's open 100% now. But I will say that when I go out, people are still wearing their masks because most private businesses, even though there's no mandate, are still requiring it. So it's not been too bad.
We still have a mandate.
Like if I see a place where they're letting people in without masks, I won't even go in. Like
no.
Kentucky's a small state, so I mean like small population, so I can see that. 3 separate ones.
Yeah. We've fully shut down here for a little bit in Pennsylvania, but
you guys shut down way more than we did in Texas.
Well, you're Texas. Oof.
Yes. Sometimes I see it and I'm like, why? Get like people in line or something, and I'm like, you're too close. Stand back.
6 feet.
6 feet.
I was watching music videos, and I think it was Lorde, and she was dancing through New York, and like she was rubbing her hands on the grates that like cover the stores, and then she was doing this and touching her face, and I was like, oh my God, stop. What is wrong with you? She like picked up a payphone and then dropped it and then was like, I was like, oh my gosh.
No, I think about like when I've been in New York and we're just like, I'm walking down the street, no mask, people like, packed in. And then I go to like a hot dog vendor and like order a hot dog and eat it. And I'm like, I didn't sanitize. I didn't wear a mask. I'm like, what was wrong with me? I could never do that now.
How are we alive? Like I look at the things I did and I'm like, what, how? Yeah, no, the trauma is real. Like I know people like joke about it, but like it's not. Like it's a weird situation.
I'm telling you, we're gonna have collective PTSD from COVID. I'm telling you,
no joke. And one of the big things that a lot of my writer friends are talking about is like whether or not to include this stuff in books or whether readers want escapism. Like, do we write these kinds of things in so they seem more realistic? Do we let it go and pretend like it never happened? Like the contemporary that I'm querying right now has like dating in it and like they're going out and they're doing different things. And I'm like, do I include like masks? Like what, do you remove the mask for the kissing thing? You can't kiss. Like, what do you do? It's like,
I don't want to ever, like, I can't imagine myself ever just kissing a stranger without like a vaccine record and a negative COVID test. Like until I get those things, these lips ain't coming nowhere near you.
I kissed everybody. Everybody. I didn't know names, let alone like vaccine facts. Like, what was wrong with me?
Like, you better give me that CDC vaccine card if you want some kissies. Yeah, we had a lot of plans for stuff last year too. Like, we had a lot of plans, and we had 5 nights at a writing retreat set up in April of 2020, and we were so excited about it.
Yep.
And it took us until nearly 2 weeks before we were finally like, maybe we should cancel.
You shouldn't do this. Jessica, I will also say I have driven to Ohio many a time. Do not think I will not drive somewhere in that vicinity for a writing retreat.
I'll fly to you and ride with you too.
We can do that.
So within the next month and a half, I will be fully vaccinated and able to travel.
Same seas. I will bring my card. Good morning. We are going to write, guys. We are going to write. I'm just going to get through these comments and then we're going to start. Yeah. Yep. And then we'd all eat it. We'd all watch a child, the known carriers of all viruses, just spit all over a cake and then go, yay!
Now we're going to give them like a little fan and be like, here, blow out your candles with this little fan.
Gross.
I'm going to do cupcakes from now on and let them blow out the candle on their own cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. I'm from Dallas. I get it. A new STD. Exactly. Mm-hmm. I never even had a trick for that before, but that's here.
I think so. I think that in general, books are probably going to continue to exist without it, unless it's a specifically genred book about it. But I'm starting to see like commercials that are masked and stuff. And I think like in some shows, especially like, more up-to-date shows, it makes sense. Oh my God. I miss hugs so much. I don't want to go to clubs, but I miss hugs.
No, I don't want to go to clubs. When I got to see my friend Naomi for the first time in like a year, like we sat there and hugged for like a good 2 straight minutes. We just clung onto each other because I was like, I miss human contact.
The first time I was able to hug my sisters, I bawled my eyes out. I was like, oh my God. I was like so starved for it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But talking about the mask thing, I prefer non-mask books too because it's like going to the bathroom. We don't need to read it. It's just a thing that happens. Like masks are just a thing that happens now. We don't need to read about it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I don't think we're there yet, Gabby, but one day.
Yeah.
Right now, it's still too fresh. It's too soon.
Hug club.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about the time we went to BookCon and it was just like packed with people.
But if we can coordinate a highlights trip where we all get cabins, that'd be pretty great. Also, if you're anywhere near this area, highlights is worth the drive. You should go.
Yeah, it is. It's worth the flight from Texas, so it's worth the drive.
Yeah. It's still a little too soon.
Oh, mom hugs are the best.
Mom hugs are the best. I went way too long without seeing my family, and I'm used to seeing them every single week. So, like, I saw them, and I was just like, Mama!
You went a long time without seeing your sisters.
Which I don't do. All right, guys, no excuses. That was, I'm turning into Jessica. Okay, here we go. We have work to do.
All right. Are you ready, guys?
I'm ready. I'm focused. Right. Be productive. You got this.
All right. Good luck, everybody.
Hello, hello, friends. I'm fine. How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, I was finishing up a sentence.
Yeah, you're fine. I was finishing. You never think how awkward it's going to be to edit a sex scene live on camera until you're editing a sex scene live on camera.
That's why I don't write sex scenes anymore.
My God.
Oh. Well, I did okay. I got 470 words.
Not bad at all.
No, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I feel like I'm starting to hit my stride with this book, and I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. You should be. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because
I'm also almost to the 10,000 word mark on this draft.
Very nice. I know. So, Amber knew I was editing a sex scene. She's like, if you turn off your camera, I'm going to know why. And I had to turn it off because I was having an allergy attack. I'm like, I'm blowing my nose, you perv. But there are like, there's like, I don't want to say creepy people because like to each their own, but there are creepy people who like get off on women coughing and sneezing and blowing their nose. And I'm like, I'm just going to turn off my camera. I didn't for the cough, but I don't know if like it's the action or the sound that does it for them. Like, I don't know which way to go, but like it's allergy season, so I can't turn the camera off every single time, but if that's your thing, you're welcome.
Also, I have to tell you, so when I turned my camera off, because my dog was bugging me and wanted to go out, so I took her outside, and they've put covered like parking, like the little, what are they called? Like the little covered things. Yeah. So they've put a few out here. They just yesterday I saw him putting the little signs that numbered them.
Uh-huh.
The one right outside of my apartment across the street is spot 69. And I was like, should I ask if I can have that spot?
You should.
I was like, because it's a little bit more of a walk than what I normally drive, but it's literally just across. Like, I park closer to the apartment. It's just across the way. And I'm like, it is still close enough that I should ask for that just to be like a giggle for the next 6 months. Be like, hee, I have spot 69. I'm a child, but you know.
But like, what if the handsome ginger gets it?
I don't think he would. There's one closer on his side that he would probably get.
Yeah, but he might get a giggle from it too. He might ask for it too.
He is handsome.
Yeah. That's amazing.
It's great. It's awesome.
You guys are crushing it. 8 pages is fantastic. Now, are you doing your edits also on paper? Like, did your beta?
Oh, because she does write.
She writes everything out. Yeah, she handwrites everything. So then when you get your beta feedback, like, do they print it and give you a hard copy, or do you take their notes? How do you do your edits? Do you do them on the computer or do you do them by hand? I can't even.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Read some. Good. Wait a minute. You wrote 700 words and read?
That's a lot for 30 minutes.
I'm impressed. Very good, Kayla. It is awesome.
Thank you, Siobhan.
Yay.
That's nice. It's nice.
That's fantastic. Amber is crushing it.
Thank you.
I mean,
I think she's laughing at my 69 joke.
It's always funny. Like 12-year-old boy humor. It's like, ah. Hi, Amy.
Oh, I see his note later. So,
Doing some craft work and continuing to do prep. Made some solid progress on things yesterday. Got the beats penciled in.
Nice.
Ooh, which craft book? Which craft book?
Interesting. I always want to know what craft book people are reading.
Yeah. Same.
Not read some, read some.
Read some. Got it.
She would never.
I would create an OnlyFans and read it. Like, if you want to know, listen, you'll be able to read it soon. I'm doing all this work so that I can edit it so that it can get published. So like, you'll be able to read it soon, but just know I blushed through every single one of them. I don't skip stuff. Whew. Do my edits both ways. Write down mostly. Okay. Handwritten feedback. That is exciting.
I think that as like a beta reader or a critique partner, I also would prefer to like print something out with good margins that I could actually like circle and write.
Yeah.
And give it back. But then I would also do like a typewritten. I don't know if that's the right word. I typed out like my top like 10 things that I noticed or something like that. But
yeah. I normally do questions. So like if I know I have like pain points in my story, like I want to make sure this relationship made sense or this character arc progressed the way that I wanted it to, like I'll kind of give notes like, can you pay specific attention to the believability of this relationship or this plot point or whatever, so that they have focal points, and then also just let them kind of go wherever they go with it. So I do usually ask questions. I have in the past gotten people who printed out my manuscript and then sent back their notes. But then I also recently have been just sending out Word docs and having people track changes or track like comments. And then that way I was able to take critique partners' feedback in Word and then a beta reader's feedback in Word, merge the two documents and see that where they overlap, which is interesting too. So there's like pros and cons both ways. You know. Oh, English. It's tricky.
So Julie doesn't have this problem much. She's very focused on one story idea at a time, and that's all that she can focus on. I, however, struggle with this quite a bit because I don't know if you know about the strengths, Clifton strengths, but I am high ideation, which means I constantly have new ideas running through my head. And I tend to, I've gotten better over the years. I have like flip-flopped a lot before. They call it the shiny new idea kind of syndrome, but I write down the idea and then I write down the idea, get a little research on it, and then put that document to the side and go back to my project, knowing how exciting it will be to get to do that when I finish this project. Because I have a few of those that I'm excited to be able to get to soon. So
yeah. And I do have a story idea that I want to develop. And I just make notes. Like I have a doc and I make notes when something new pops up or I have a new idea for it. But then I kind of just get back to work. Having a publication deal helps because I don't have a set deadline. I can work at my own pace with them, but I do have certain obligations that I have to get to. So I just have to prioritize. And then I have another book that I'm querying. So that's a priority. And then I have another book that I wrote for Nano in 2020 that I need to edit so that I can hopefully use it as an option book when I get an agent. So just like prioritizing. Here's my thing that helps me because I'm a high achiever, high focus. Whatever is going to help me get to my ultimate goal. So is my ultimate goal to get published? Yes. So then like whatever steps, whatever book is going to get me to that goal is what I'm going to prioritize and what I'm going to do. The shiny new idea is probably not going to get me published before working on something that's already completed so I can query it. So It's really just kind of like prioritizing what is going to get me to my ultimate goal the fastest. And then that's what I focus on. OnlyFans. It was a joke, but my voice is very sexy in the morning before I fully wake up. And I could definitely read some stuff out loud. I'll do it. You watch me. Just walked a 5K. Very nice. Oh, I want to see that. Go get cleaned up. You will have it soon. I don't have an official date yet, but you will have it soon, hopefully. Handwrite a rough draft and then use the move from paper to typed as my first chance to edit. I think that's how most people that handwrite do it, but I did not know that you are a handwriter, Jess. That's incredible.
My hand hurts
but it's not.
About it.
Yeah. I couldn't do it. Thank you.
Oh, I haven't even been tracking my stuff on there.
No, I don't. That website's a hot mess. Writing your novel from start to finish. Huh. Okay. It's not the most accurate title. Alrighty. What is lunch? But yay, we're going to get back to work. I was going to zero draft this book this time. I love that. When you zero draft and then it comes out like complete and flesh. That's amazing. Been typing a lot more. Oof. Yeah, I'm not a handwriter. That's amazing.
Me neither.
Yeah. Oh my God. I could never.
I always seem to have one idea that is taking front stage at a time. Like I have a lot of ideas, but there's always the one that really is like, that's the one I'm going to work on next.
Yeah. Which stories? Yeah.
Exactly.
I couldn't. Yeah. Only half concentrating. That I can't help you on, but I just, as you get little notes or little ideas, just jot them down and then try to move on, try to get back. This little curl back here is driving me crazy in the camera. Curly hair problems. Yeah. Okay. Do you? I think it's go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it's a matter of training yourself because otherwise you'll never finish anything if you keep switching. So that's what I learned about myself. So I've trained myself to be like, okay, give it a minute, write it down, go back. Like you have to train yourself to do it because it doesn't come easy.
No, but I think that there is a certain amount of forgiveness and gentleness with yourself. Like the other morning you started off and you wrote, a short story or flash fiction before you could get into your novel. Sometimes you need to warm up. Sometimes you need to spend a little bit of time just like brainstorming and your mind's you're not ready to draft. You need to like just be a little bit more like free with your creativity. In those moments, make your notes and then just make sure you're redirecting yourself back.
I think once I had a book idea and it was like there was one scene specifically that was just like stuck, and I just wrote kind of like a flash fiction but of that scene. And then I was able to get that out of my head and move on. And I don't think I ever wrote that book. I think it's just sitting out there as like a little flash fiction I wrote.
Yeah,
because all I wanted was that scene to get out of my head.
Yep. And then sometimes those scenes, though, can find their way into another novel. It's not wasted time. It's not wasted writing, but it doesn't need to be its own story. Like I had an idea for a story that I think is going to fit into a different story that I'm also brainstorming. So like I took one little idea and I was like, I can craft a whole novel around this idea. And then I was like, or it could be part of this other thing and then just make this other story a little richer. So there's ways to just kind of take your notes and the little pieces that you jot down and then like form something different. Just sit with it for a little bit. It's a different one every day. I don't know that life and I can't sympathize with it. That's got to be difficult. But again, yeah, like, and like I said, whatever's going to get me to my ultimate goal the fastest is what I'm going to focus on. it might be that I have other story ideas in my head that I'm like, oh, I wish I had time to sit and outline this, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to let myself take the time to do that right now, knowing I have like XYZ to do. So it's just, that's my brain though. All right.
Yeah, I remember a time when you were like, this is the only story idea I have in me. There's no other story idea in there.
Mhm.
And I was like, Julie, you're type A. When you give yourself the time to sit and come up with ideas, you will have ideas. And you did. And then you did. And they're all been great ideas. So it's just like you don't spend time with these random fleeting ideas that go nowhere like some of us do. You actually have purposeful ideas, which is amazing.
I appreciate that about myself because I think it with my
Yeah.
other strengths and my other like focuses. If I had ideation as well, I'd be a mess. Like I can't fit that. I can't fit a whole lot of ideas in with my like pinpoint focus. It would not work
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So, speaking of pinpoint focus, are we ready to sprint?
I am. I was in the zone.
I know I was in a zone. It was a nether zone, but I got to get back to it. Oh my God. All right. I mean, how many pages can it possibly be? It's going to end soon, right? Woo!
Good way to start your day. Just get all hot and bothered and then go about your day.
I'm telling you. You are welcome, my friends. All right. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Oof. Good luck.
Okay. Good luck, everybody. See you on the other end. Oh, why did it do that? I hate when it does that. There we go. Sorry, I'm anal about that thing.
You're okay. I'm just still like coughing so much. And I refuse to give the pervs their pleasure. Hello, hello. Amber is finishing up her words. Everybody let us know how you did.
Hello.
Hi.
So I am sitting at 1419, and I had a little over 470 before. So I got almost 1,000 words. Not too bad.
That is phenomenal. No, it's not too bad at all. I got a little bit less done that time just because I had a lot of world building to add in this particular scene. But I'm very happy with it. So I think I got about 10 pages done with distractions. So I'm okay. I feel good about it.
Yeah, I had some distractions too. My mom kept calling me and asking me questions, and then the dogs kept wanting to go out, and
family group texts, and I'm not going to ignore with what Snapchat was going crazy earlier, but it's all like my new little nephew, and I'm like, I'm going to watch them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think that they're just family isn't used to us sprinting on Saturday mornings, so they're not prepped for this.
No, and they're definitely not, even if I told them and I had told them I have a whole bunch this weekend, they don't remember the times and everything. So it's fine. Conversations need to be had. My mom recently had surgery. My dad just had his second shot. So we were all checking in on everybody, and it's mayhem. That's what happens with a big family. So it's fine. I get it. Distractions happen. I know that Jessica had to leave due to distractions as well. We get done as much as we possibly can.
Yeah. I did also hit my 10,000 word mark for this story. So, yeah.
That is amazing. I'm so glad that you've hit a stride. I'm bummed that you have to stop for a little while now, but it's okay. You'll come back.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Maybe I'll work on it some more tonight when I get home.
Yeah. Another 8 pages. Well done. Well done. Finish another chapter in the craft book. Stop to do some business things. I get it. Hopefully the craft book pays off though. Hopefully you get a lot from it, or at least enough to make it worth it. Oh my goodness.
I love Saga.
I love it so much.
You could probably even see it right there. I have all of the volumes of Saga right up there. Mm-hmm. I'm anxiously awaiting whenever they finally release another chapter of that, because it took a year off, and then 2020 happened, and so it's just been forever since they released a volume. And I actually want to look up when it's if
I feel I need to reread the last couple ones to get my head back in the game, but I do love it. But I keep my craft books over here, and then down on the bottom is my graphic novels. Shampooing your carpet, get it. Hello. Saga is so good. Altogether, this sprint for this today, 1,853 words. That's amazing. And only 150 words short of tomorrow's target. That is phenomenal progress. I'm so excited. That's amazing. No, I am very lucky. It is all good family stuff. No family drama. But they do get distracting in the best way possible. 594 words. You should be very happy with it. That is phenomenal. I'm so proud of your progress, everybody. So excited. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to need all of them, most likely. Yeah. Not everybody's family is fantastic. I get that. Distance yourself if you need to. 1,106 words. Still working on the fight scene. I love that. Those are fun, though. You're just doing great. I know. I'm so sorry because we're just wrapping up. Wrote 50 words on an article. That is fantastic. especially for just getting here. That is amazing. What'd you find?
It still doesn't have an official release date. They just say probably sometime this year.
Yeah. What you gonna do? Let's see. What other announcements do we have? What else do we have to do? Check out my website listed down below if you're looking for writing prompts or inspiration. If you're doing short stories or flash fiction or anything like that, I have a whole bunch of prompts that are down below. Some of them are also just like tips and tricks that you can use in general novel writing too, as far as like using all of your senses, etc. You can check those out all on my website. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to. Set notifications for the sprints for tomorrow if you can make either of them. Sprint tomorrow will be at 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. 8 p.m. is our normal time. 1 p.m. is our additional one. So that will be exciting. What else? Any other maintenance? The writer's side videos. There's a playlist. Kate's timer is listed down below. It's a great timer if you want to set your own sprints and continue working today. You can use that. That's always great.
We also have old sprints that you can go in and just sprint with us on an older video. We have tons of these because we did them. We started really doing this for NaNoWriMo 2020.
Yeah.
And so we did the whole month of NaNoWriMo. We did 4 or so each weekend. Like we did quite a bit. And then we started doing just every Sunday. So we've done every Sunday since November, right? Which is crazy to think it's been that long. But, and then now it's Camp Nano and we're doing these extra ones. So we have plenty to go back and look on.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Which I do remember going, I went in November to the tiny house last year during NaNoWriMo and I watched some old ones during the day of like me, you, and Kate and stuff.
Just to help keep you motivated while you're when you're writing by yourself. It is. And I think that one of the best ways to be productive in a writing sprint is to ask yourself the 3 questions. Where are you? Where are you going? Is anything standing in your way? And then set a timer. Because if you just have like no limit on when you're writing, it could be really easy to get distracted and be like, I have to address that email right now. I have to address that phone call right now. But if you know in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you can address them, usually that stuff can wait for a little tiny bit. So that might help you through the rest of your day. I will continue to work today and be back tomorrow to continue working, hoping to actually wake up early enough to start work before that 1 o'clock sprint too.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Start at work late, but 432 words is fantastic. Good job.
That's great.
Yay. Yay. Just sleep a lot on Monday. I know it's difficult for different time zones, but we try our best to make them accessible when we have free time or when we do additional sprints like this weekend to do earlier ones so that other people can join. Because normally our 8 p.m. is difficult for some people to make. So I get it. Yay. Thank you.
If anybody's been with us this weekend, you see that sometimes we go off on random tangents that are pretty funny. We do that on almost every single one, and it's always different tangents. So,
yeah. Sometimes it's creepy whispers. Yes, you will. Absolutely. If you're already 150 words from tomorrow's goal, you're going to do great. I'm very excited. Well done. I'm very I get all proud writer mama about all of the progress that happens in these. It makes me happy. So I'm glad that you're able to use these to kind of push yourself and get some stuff done. And not only that, but it's just amazing self-care to set aside time for your craft. So thank you for setting aside that time, for making it a priority to be at these and to, really feed your craft and feed your passion. It's important that we make that time for ourselves. So it doesn't just make me happy that you consistently come back to these, but it also makes me happy to see that you're prioritizing your writing and that form of self-care for yourself. So just well done. Yeah, I know. But make time where you can.
I know so many parents that are writers that, like, in the summertime, they're like, I cannot wait for the kids to go back to school. I know this year has been hard just because a lot of kids are working or writing, are doing school from home.
Yes.
But maybe by next fall, a lot of schools will be going back in person, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's tough in general when the kids are needy little buggers. Needy little buggers. Go Crash. Oh my gosh. Way to hang in there. I'm proud of your progress. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this particular sprint. We will be done for today live, but we will be back tomorrow again, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. They're already scheduled on my channel, so you can go set notifications. YouTube will alert you when we go live. And hopefully we will see you then. Yay.
Okay, thanks, guys.